Hello YouTube, how are you doing? Hope you're having a good day on this nice beautiful summer's day. Anyway, just going to go through some dragons for you today. I find dragons very interesting myself, and if you do, fantastic. If you don't, well, I'd still hope that you'd watch the video and find them as interesting as I do. Okay, let's get started with the dragons. Okay, let's get started. First one, Chinese dragon. Now, this particular type of dragon appears all across the Asian countries. It's actually known as the Eastern dragon. So, quick description: long snake creature with 4 claws. In folklore, in Chinese folklore, it's a symbol of power. It's also, however, can be constructed by other parts of other animals, so like fins from fish and horns from stags. That's according to the Chinese folklore. Okay, the next one is Japanese dragons. Now, a Japanese dragon is very much very similar to the Chinese dragons in most ways, apart from the fact that it's actually got 3 claws instead of the 4. The dragons in Japan are more associated with water, and most dragons, when you ever think of a dragon, you always think fire, but no, these ones are apparently from water, and they grant wishes apparently as well. So that's an interesting concept. I don't think I've ever heard of a dragon that grants wishes before. So very interesting concept. Okay, we're going to jump straight into the English dragons now. I'm going to cover 4 English dragons. The first one is the Wyvern. Now, this is a very common dragon folklore, myth, or legend from like the medieval era of England. They are always shown with having just 2 legs and 2 wings. And that's all the information I've got on them. There's not really much information about them, to be quite honest. So we'll go on to the next one. Okay, I'm going to start apologising now because I'm going to start probably struggling with some of these names. But the Wormhill dragon is next. Now, apparently, Anglo-Saxons, settled on a hill in 700 AD, and they called it Wynell or something like that hill. I'm sorry like I said, my name's going to be terrible, but this translates as worm, reptile, dragon, or eel hill. According to the folklore, Not Low in Derbyshire, which is a hill, was the lair of this dragon, but Not Low is actually an ancient vent. So it could explain, so people might have just heard it, never seen it, and just thought, oh, it sounds like a dragon, so we assume it's a dragon, but it's just a vent, a volcanic vent. Okay, the next one is Bison dragon. Like I said, I'm going to really struggle with some of these names because some of them are quite difficult to pronounce. It was a forest dwelling. The New Forest folklore actually states that this dragon lived in Burnley, Hampshire, and terrorized the village of Bison. I think that's how it's pronounced. But a knight killed this dragon, which eventually, and the body of the dragon actually turned into the hill called Bolton's Bench. So just remember that when you see that. But the knight, after he killed the dragon, actually came down. He was very disoriented, and he actually eventually went mad and ended up killing himself. So a bit of a sad story if that's the case, but like I said, it's just folklore. Okay, West Somerset is said to have been once the home of the dragon called Blue Ben. It was apparently described as the dragon that the devil himself would ride on. Not sure how that works, considering the devil is known as red and the dragon is blue, but still, that's what I've researched and found out. There is a skull of a dinosaur. I'm not even going to try and pronounce the name because it's too awkward to try and say. But it's a display at the local museum, and it is sometimes actually pointed out as the skull of the Blue Ben dragon. So yeah, that'd be very interesting probably to go and see that one day. Okay, the final one is the one that everybody probably knows, and that's the Welsh dragon. Now, according to Welsh mythology, it had a long battle with a white dragon, and Merlin, the magician, said that the red dragon, which was to represent the Welsh, was and the white dragon, representing the English, was to foretell the defeat of the English by the Welsh. This, like I said, this mythology has been so put in, has been so thrown around and everything, that the Welsh now have this red dragon on their flag. So that's how important this legend is to them. Hello YouTube, how you doing? Just thought before I leave you with the finishing screen saying thank you, I'd like to thank you myself first, but also just to quickly, before you go, I'd just like to show you a couple of my dragons that I have, some dragon statues I've got. Now this one, bought to me a couple of years ago by my mum for Christmas. When I opened it, I only opened this bit of the head. So of course that scared the hell out of me on Christmas Day, just waking up. So as you can see, that's quite a vicious looking dragon, but it's one of my favourites. But it's not that heavy. You'd think by looking at it it's quite heavy. It's not actually that heavy. Most dragons are like either covered in glitter or stuff, so I don't think you can quite see the glitter on there. Oh no, you can see some of the glitter. But that's another one of my dragons, one of my favourite. Well, that's one I've bought. It's one of my favourites. Now these dragons have all got a little gem with them. Don't know whether you can see that on the ground there. Yep. These dragons, I've got quite a collection of these, but I'm only going to show you two. But I've got quite a collection of these. These were actually given to me by my nan. Before she passed away, and so these are obviously very, very dear to me, because obviously value to me personally, not value money wise, but value to me, that my nan would let me have these. That's the first one, and here's the second one, another vicious looking dragon. As you can see, there's the gem at the bottom. Now I'm not eventually sure if these all have names or if they actually did have names. But these are in a collection that my nan bought, and she had them in, like I said, in a display cabinet. Just thought you'd like to see some of the dragons I've got. Well, like I said, I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I hope that you'll subscribe and watch my other videos, and thank you very much.